Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever Lunch Hour podcast. I'm your host today. My name is Connor, and today I'm joined by two of my very good friends, Chris
Hello.
and Ryan.
How's it going?
And this your first question might be, what is this podcast about? And that's simple. It's a weekly podcast where we just do whatever. If you got any questions, you can DM us on our Instagram account. That is lunchpail_kids, and we'll take any questions. And so I'm gonna hand this off to Chris.
Yeah. Well, obviously, thanks for checking us out if you are listening to us currently. We'll be planning on uploading on YouTube probably at least once a week once we get a schedule set up. Maybe probably not upload twice, but maybe at least record twice a week. But what we plan on doing is just being an anything podcast, trying to be funny, make people laugh, talk about some stories, and have lots of guests on. Lots of guests on to tell their own life stories, some of their own personal stuff, and yeah.
That sounds absolutely fabulous, doesn't it?
Absolutely. But yeah, before we keep going, I guess we could just plug our personal Instas or other stuff. I guess, my Instagram is just rainwa_4. Check me out.
I guess I'll go next. My personal is Connor_Curcio. If you've been here from the very beginning, you'll know that was the original channel name.
And my account is Ryan_Kubinski_9755.
Ryan, are those numbers of any significance?
No, it used to be related to my old account name before I changed it, and now it's just sort of there. I'm probably gonna cut it off eventually, but
Yes, a circumcision.
yes, indeed.
Okay, I
Quite
guess
sad.
to get us rolling a bit, since obviously a lot of people might not know a lot about us, I thought, if we're recording our podcast, why don't we have some questions to ask each other to, maybe
No way.
break the ice, get everyone comfortable, and just get the audience to, know something about us. So, first question, this will be going to Connor. What is something not many people know about you? Even like maybe your closest friends?
Not many people. That's kind of a hard question. This is something most people that know me probably know this, but I grew up in the military. I was a military child, and so I've been all over the place. I've been sort of just vibing everywhere, and yeah, I'm right here now, chilling with the boys, and
So you keep that heater with you, though?
oh yeah,
Keep the
yeah,
peace with you?
definitely. We have we have a gun cabinet downstairs. It's called the Arsenal of Freedom.
Ah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fantastic.
Very fantastic.
Then on to Ryan. What's something a lot of people don't know about you?
One thing a lot of people don't know about me is that I actually, I joined cross country thinking it was track. And now you may be thinking, how do you get those confused? Well, you see, I used to be in football, and so I had no knowledge of any
So
other
he had no
sport.
brain.
Pretty much, yes. And I'm still struggling with the effects of that to this date. Now, essentially, I left football and I said, you know what? I think I'm good at running. I think I can sprint really fast because there's this whole culture in elementary school where if you're the fastest at recess, you can do anything.
You get all the
can
girls.
take over the world.
You are the king. You're the king of
Exactly.
the asphalt track playground.
And so that actually inspired me to join track. Now, here's the thing. I accidentally joined cross country instead. And if you've ever done cross country, you know that you don't run meters, you run miles. And so first day of practice was 1,000 repeats. And that's 1,000 meters, which is about, almost, around 2/3 of a mile, which is a lot. So you can definitely say that for a time, I couldn't run.
It kind of sounds like
Distance.
like a Curb Your Enthusiasm too moment. You
Yeah,
know,
But I
I feel
mean,
definitely
like
a curb
I'm
moment.
just imagining Ryan walking in and the coach being like, "Hey Ryan, welcome to cross country," and then Ryan being like, "Wait, this isn't track," and then
Ryan's like, oh, Pippi sad, Pippi sad.
Yeah. What's worse is that I actually joined a month late too because I remembered midsummer that I joined cross country and I wasn't doing it. I'm like, oh, something's up here.
I see, I
that's
see.
big. That's big brain.
Yeah, indeed.
Then I guess for my end of this question, what's something not a lot of people know about me? Uh, I'm 6'2", handsome, beautiful eyes,
I
and
think some people would disagree with that. I'm not saying that anyone would. I'm just saying that maybe some certain people might have a certain opinion towards that. You know what you know.
okay. Next question: if someone gave you an envelope with your death date inside of it, would you open it, Connor?
um. Yeah, totally. I like to live life on the edge, but
But
I would read that and I'd be like, watch this. And what if the date was wrong? Like, what if it said that I'll die at like 75 years, and then I shoot myself immediately like, would that? But if the envelope knew?
okay, Ryan, would you? Or what were you gonna say?
Here's the thing about these. Oh, would you open up this envelope if it told you when you died? All right. This is the thing about that. Once you open the envelope, it it's basically a given you're gonna die when that envelope says.
Exactly.
So here's the thing. Do you want to be able to keep your fate open and fluent, or would you want to close in your destiny and allow yourself to be killed at a predetermined point?
Well, think of it less as in if you open the envelope, like, oh, this is the exact time I'm gonna die. Like, say, like, whatever you would end up dying from is how you're gonna die, even if you did or didn't open up the envelope. There's no way to change that, but it's just when you know, like, when it will happen.
Well, if
Well, in
it
that
were
case,
to happen anyways,
I probably wouldn't open it then.
Because I thought this was an
Scratch
easy
my
one,
previous answer.
because what I'd think of it is just you just want peace of mind. Because if you were to know the date, you would like similar to like people who like World War II veterans and people who have gotten over cancer, where it's like, you know, they really time is precious to them because they know they
Mhm.
could potentially not have a lot of time left or like with their family and stuff. So they
well,
really think of time and try to make the most out of it. So that's what I think that what
Yeah.
situation would happen with that. You'd think, oh, I only have 30 years left.
See,
Like,
I feel like if I didn't open it though, I feel like just that feeling of knowing that I could know it would just like eat me up inside. Like I feel like I would have to control like the temptation to open the envelope.
it's a double-edged sword, and it's a very deeply philosophical question because just as if you wanted to know how you'd die, say you open it up and it says, "Oh, by a red car," then you'd always be fearful of red cars for the rest of your life.
that is true. That is
It's the
true. Yeah.
same with time. It's if you know the time you're gonna die, then for the rest of your life you'll be dreading that day or being
Mhm.
acceptive of it. But like the point is that you don't want to have to know that every single day goes by. Your life feels closed is what I'm trying to say.
Mm,
Without that, it feels like there's still more to do.
yeah. That makes sense though.
It's a funky one. That's a funky one.
Yeah. Okay. Guess we move on to the next question. If you were in a circus, what circus performer would you be? Connor?
You know, I watch a lot of movies, and I don't know which one I would be, but I can definitely tell you which one I wouldn't be. Well, which is a clown. I don't know if you noticed in the media lately, but clowns have been kind of getting a bad rap. You got like you got like scary clown, and then you got Joker, and then you got like insane clown. And I feel like clowns are just kind of getting a bad rap, and that's not the boat I want to be a part of. And so I think my answer would be I want to be somebody that eats fire.
Okay. Okay. I see. Yeah. Okay. I see. Ryan.
Um, I'd say I'd be the tightrope walker, but the wire is always 1 meter off the ground, so I'd keep falling over, but I'd keep getting back on, but it would be difficult because it's a wire, so the audience would just be staring at me, trying to get back up and sort of keep my balance, and yeah.
Don't you feel like the audience would be ripped off of their money?
No, they come to see that. They come to see it
Yeah.
because
No.
they
No.
still love me.
They come to see
Tickets
you
are
fail.
free. Tickets are free.
Yeah, exactly.
What I would be, I'd be the roadie. I'd be in the background if like the strongman needed a prop. I'd be the one to go out and give it to him. Or if I got to like lead the tiger back out to the tent, I can.
Tiger King.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll be the
I
guy
see
moving
that.
props around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about the scene. I don't know if you ever seen a Bug's Life, but I'm pretty sure those
That's
bugs were in a circus.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
That's all I can think of right now.
And speaking of a circus, did you know riding a roller coaster helps pass kidney stones?
That's very
No way.
No joke. No joke.
No way.
That for people seated on roller coasters from tests done, 64% of them had a successful pass rate with their kidney stones. But
Yeah.
the percentage is reduced down to 16 if they're seated in the front. So, the people in the back, though, those kidneys are flying out of them, dude, hitting people on the ground.
Kidney stones are definitely funky little things.
I don't know why you will put stones in your kidneys in the first place, but
Stop
whatever,
eating
man.
kidneys, people. They're bad for you.
Yeah,
Don't eat little
exactly.
pebbles. Don't eat boulders. Don't eat rocks.
I know you send the kidney falling out of the roller coaster, and you might think it's a souvenir, but it's not.
No,
Trust
don't
me on
touch
this
it.
one.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
it.
Don't touch it.
Sorry about that fact spew, that fat knowledge.
Yeah, dude. This is one thing you'll get from this podcast is knowledge every day, or maybe not, but every week knowledge.
Absolutely.
You
What
know.
is the best or worst trait you've inherited from your parents or your family? Obviously, this is kind of like a weirder question to answer, but like, good or bad trait, anything. Could be funny, could be not.
I feel like we're all kind of stumped here because I'm trying my best to think.
I'm not stumped. My worst trait, my family, we get angry. Very angry, furious, blood boiling, fists flying. And I definitely see that sometimes where I get mad super easily. That's stupid stuff.
You see, I'm kind of a combination of my two parents, which I know is really hard for you to grasp, but it's like part
Are you
of
telling
me.
Are you telling me 50% of you is your mom?
Yeah, dude, I know it's tough. Yeah, I like no way, dude, but like that's kind of what I'm saying right now. It's really weird, like because like half of me is kind of like my dad, where I kind of like making jokes, and I try to be a funny guy.
You're a funny man.
But the
You're a
other
funny guy.
yeah, I'm a fun guy, And then the other half of me, I feel like it's kind of like my mom, because my mom's a pretty quiet person, and I feel like sometimes I'll just be really quiet and like. Yeah, I think you guys know this from like firsthand like experiences. I'll be in like a PlayStation party and I just won't be talking. I'll just be silent like the whole time. So
Yeah.
it's like
No, definitely. I see that.
yeah. So it's kind of like flip flopping. It's kind of weird.
Ryan, is yours doing yoga like your mom?
Might be the weakness. Might be the weakness.
No weakness.
I'd say though, a strength is that I'd say by the time I am of ripe old age, before I open up that death letter, I will still have a full head of hair. So
Pog,
that's
dude. Pog champ.
it's pretty hype, low key.
Oh God, my hair's gonna go away. Oh no.
And then our final question, obviously I'd like you all to answer as honestly as you can. What's your stance on abortion?
Um,
And adding on, I guess, with all of this, the C word, this pandemic that's really, taking the world by storm.
The
More
Chima
people,
virus.
some people, yes, yeah, some people more than less. So us specifically, I guess, I don't know about a lot of other people. We have been in, quarantine where we don't have to stay at home, but it does help if lots of people are staying at home, not going out to see friends and other people or out to stores as much if not needed to prevent spread of this C word.
Yes.
So I guess, we just talk a little bit about, daily life, staying at home.
Yeah. So my life has been crap because I feel like the teachers in our school I feel like some of them just don't know what they're doing, and they're not like really to blame because there's never really been anything like this ever, like that's like just been like mass canceling school and like have forcing it to go online. So that's just really weird time, and so
Yeah.
yeah. And it's also just, kind of boring because I like going outside, and I still, go outside, sometime because it's been really nice the past week or two. But it's just been kind of lonely, It's weird. But thankfully, it's not that lonely because I'm chilling with the boys right here on the Lunch Hour podcast.
Truly. But I mean, if some people don't know, at least for us, our school, I guess I don't know if I want to say it's closed, but we are doing online school where every day, like for certain class hours, we have to either video call the teacher in a class or we're given assignments we have to do and complete like normal schoolwork, just online, obviously.
yeah. I'd say a big component to it is just the lack of social interaction because I mean, sure, if you have say a PC, you have Discord of all things, you have a console to play on, you can connect with your friends and you can essentially still have that social connection. But I do think that for some people who don't have that and who rely on purely real in real life social interaction, it's sort of taking more of a toll on them.
Yeah.
And that sort of prompts the question, do you think that maybe like extroverts or like do you believe in the whole like, oh, I'm an extrovert so I'm having it harder during this time?
Personally,
Do you believe in that
no,
whole
because that's not a genetic thing. You're not genetically an extrovert. It's how you're raised. It's about the people you're around. So I guess to a certain degree, where it's like, oh, I'm an introvert. I love being inside. They, if you play video games a lot, this is nice because you get a lot of extra time to play video games. But I wouldn't say the introvert extrovert like argument thing has to do anything with it. I think it's just people that are just spoiled and just have to get to complain and want to complain about a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
with the social thing, Ryan, like you were talking about, I actually have never thought of that because I've always talked to people like over phone stuff or on the PlayStation for playing games.
Yeah.
So I kind of took that for granted, I guess. But like people that, oh yeah, what kind of? Sorry.
I just think physically not being able to like to see anyone, like it's kind of weird, but I just feel like not really being able to see anyone just kind of like it's just weird,
Yeah, only being able to see my 11-year-old brother who plays Fortnite every day streaming.
That must be rough.
It is very rough.
That's
I'm
tough.
trying
I'm
to sit
truly
there.
sorry for you.
It's 1 a.m. He's screaming. He's He's like, Shane, there's a guy to the left. No, no. He's literally screaming. All the doors are closed in the house, but it sounds like he's right next to me. But
Does your brother even have John Wick at this point? Like,
sadly, I don't think he does. It's tragic.
you
Tragedy.
should shoot him.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Talking about shooting people. It looks like an apocalypse outside. If you go outside, you try and take a walk, everybody else is doing the exact same thing. They got, they're walking with their kids. They got they got survival backpacks on,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if I walk outside and I see a kid on a leash. Like, that's how crazy it is outside. Like, people are actually outside now. Like, it's kind of interesting.
Let me tell you, man, as being the one man in the universe that has played Fallout 76, I feel prepared for this apocalypse. I really do.
I don't think it's gonna be like Fallout. I think this is gonna turn into I was gonna say a Silent Voice. That's an anime movie. A Quiet Place.
But we can talk, though.
No,
But you can't cough.
we are gonna have to do.
Are you saying that the C word is gonna evolve everyone into like monsters and start
No,
killing
the
everyone?
C word. The C word is just gonna there's just be a giant monster, and then it's gonna be exactly like a Silent Voice, Quiet Place, and we're gonna have to do the podcast with our cameras. We're gonna have to learn sign language. So stay tuned for that in the upcoming future if that's how this evolves.
I'm super excited.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie. If that were to happen, that'd be kind of hype. Like, the first sign language podcast. Has there been a sign language podcast
Yes,
before? I mean,
I can almost guarantee that there. Okay, I'm looking this up.
All right, but this is a
Sign.
question for you though. Do you listen to podcasts or do you watch podcasts?
Listen, because the video I have to dedicate all of my focus on the video. But if it's just audio, I can be doing something else, cooking, cleaning, playing a game, and have it just playing in the background almost.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there are definitely sign language podcasts. They beat us to it. Damn.
Yeah, I think another thing is that I like movies. I like watching a lot of movies, and I think it's just really sad to see all of these movies just getting delayed because we had James Bond, Wonder Woman, Black Widow, Mulan got pushed back too, which is like all of that's just really crazy to me.
Connor, no offense, but who is really hyped for the live action Mulan remake?
Okay.
Checkmate.
Well, did you know?
Speaking of Mulan, Connor.
Oh,
speaking of Mulan.
Well, Mulan. You see, Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character.
Why is that?
Because, she took out nearly 2,000 people over the course of the animated film, including the evil Hun leader, Shan Yu, and about 1,994 Huns by triggering an avalanche.
So you're telling me she is a murderer?
That's an awfully high KD. If I were her, I'd be calling in airstrikes and drones by this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, she got the mothership in.
She got the canine unit.
She calling raps in, dude.
We are all missing that in the live action Mulan movie by Disney.
You know what? Actually, you're right. I am pre-ordering tickets for Mulan when it comes out. I'm buying a whole theater's worth of seats. And I'm gonna see it day one. Can't wait.
Yeah.
You're acting like you'll be able to see it day one, but for all we know, the movie theater could be transitioned into a toilet paper factory. We could be very well using toilet paper to buy dollar bills to use as toilet paper in the future.
Truly, yeah. Hold on. Let's touch on that for a second. Why are so many people buying toilet paper? Like,
I'd say because, I mean, think about it.
Think it through.
Think it through,
mate.
Here's the thing, right? If you're in an apocalypse, you want comfort in, as many ways as possible. Nobody wants to have a rough wiping. Nobody wants to have a rough wiping. You're missing the point. If you're on the toilet during the apocalypse, you want that comfort, and you want a good roll of toilet paper. You don't want
I,
scratchy toilet paper
I
like you
agree.
get at schools. You don't want leaves that you collect in the backyard. You want good toilet paper. And I think that's why people are, taking so many.
I agree, but what people really don't take into consideration is most likely toilet paper factories and shit aren't gonna stop. You know, you don't need to buy 3 cases of it because that's literally gonna last you a year. But like for us, for example, like we've had enough. We would have had enough to last us another few months, but it's not another few months, but maybe like another month unless we bought some. But it was literally like, Chris, my family's like, Chris, we're on our last like 5 rolls. Okay. Uh, if you're not busy, can you go out to the stores in the area and see if you can just pick up some toilet paper? I'm like, oh, sure, easy. So I go to, Pick and Save near my house. Whole aisle's just empty, just desolate.
Mm-hmm.
I go to another Pick and Save that's kind of down the road. They're kind of close. Nothing. Walgreens by it, nothing. I go to 3 stores and they don't have anything. And it's like, well, did that family that just bought 3 rolls like a month ago or a week ago or whatever need that?
I remember I went to Walmart looking for some shoes the other day, and I saw like 2 people going out with like just rolls of toilet paper, like carts of toilet paper and water,
That is
and I was just looking at them like, this really shows what the American people value,
absolutely, because you don't need
comfort.
toilet paper. Like realistically, like not to be gross, but like if we really don't have toilet paper, and it's like you
You'll
you
find
you go number
ways.
2, and
You'll find
you
ways.
just hop in the shower.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll make ways, or we go out and use like fucking like banana leaves. So with again all this quarantine stuff, you're talking about movie delays. What I think is potentially like one of the, maybe not the best because of the situation, but like super good timing is game releases.
Oh yeah,
I
they're
re-
going crazy again.
I really think so many
Hmm.
people are watching online content of people playing Animal Crossing. They have friends who play Animal Crossing. They play Animal Crossing. They're like, wow, I have so much free time. I should get Animal Crossing. So
Yeah.
they buy a copy. They play it so much when they're at home. And,
Mhm.
same thing with like, and with that off the bat too, Doom and Animal Crossing, they launched on the same day. So for months prior, so many jokes and memes on the internet of like just the 2
Animal
games.
Crossing New Leaf.
Not New Leaf, New Horizons. Come on. but mainly the joke is because they're so different. Doom, you play
Yeah.
as this superhuman soldier thing, and all you run around and brutally kill demons with your arsenal of weapons, your fists, and you gotta save the world, pretty much. Very bloody, very brutal. In Animal Crossing, you play as this cute little villager person. You live on an island, catch fish, collect wood, talk to your other animal villagers, and you just kind of progress your town. Very cute, very wholesome, very little kid friendly.
It's quite literally the opposite kinds of games. One is action shooter.
Hmm.
One is more so like, how would you describe it? Like,
Like a simulation. I'd say it's a simulation game,
yeah,
but
Yeah.
and yeah, when it's one, Animal Crossing's top down view, so it's just completely different. But the jokes of just like, you know, super tough people buying Animal Crossing, and then super like little kids buying Doom,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of audience that, like adult
Hmm.
audience, that grew up playing Animal Crossing, obviously, because the series is like 20 years old, more than 20 if you
Yeah.
technically include like the original Japanese release. But that's a topic for another time.
Yeah.
indeed. I think there though, if you're talking about the gaming industry as a whole, I feel like yeah, we're getting good game releases right now, but the question is, how is this whole the C word virus thing, how is that gonna affect the game industry farther down the line? Because you see all sorts of games getting like say delayed, or like you know progress on games is getting slowed down, and so there's probably going to be like a sort of a dry period for a certain amount of time afterwards.
Truly. No, I definitely agree, but it's more of like the current state with like, what if, they might delay IPs, new IPs or IPs that are currently being made for certain companies, but think of games that are currently out where all they'd have to do is just keep the servers running and so many more people are going to be playing. Like we can go to Destiny, for example. Destiny, um, you know, Bungie has had slower production with recent
Nuke.
recent times, and
Hmm.
since this whole pandemic, they have a lot of the people have had to work from home now, which obviously a huge game company have almost all the workers at home. Kind of makes it really
Yeah.
difficult to do anything.
Hmm.
What they currently have in the game, if they just keep that running, that's so much content people
Yeah.
can play. But sorry,
I
continue.
feel like Yeah, I feel like with the industry right now, I mean, you have a point where game production right now is just much more slower. I mean, there's like a couple games that I play personally that some updates are getting pushed back, but at the same time, I feel like a lot more games are being sold because a lot of people at home, a lot more games are going on sale. I've seen a lot of PlayStation games going on sale and like a lot of like big
Hmm.
like spring sale events going on. So I feel
Truly.
like a lot of people are buying games right now, but I feel like just for the future, you're
Yeah.
right. Not a lot of games are gonna get made. So that's just interesting that the game industry is not gonna fall off as quickly as like the movie theater industry is like right now.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah,
it's still
absolutely.
gonna I feel like the game industry when it comes time, yeah, it depending on how long this lasts, it might start hurting when people have, played a ton of games and been like, all right, what's new? But at the
Yeah,
same time, there's a lot of games out there. So, I mean, I don't know,
absolutely.
man. I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of which, didn't Am does AMC look like they're really healthy right now? I don't think so.
No, they're like,
All movie theater companies, they've had to have closed down because, first off, probably legally for government stuff, they've probably been shut down, or especially in higher like population like concentrates, certain
mhm,
areas definitely, but like nobody's gonna go to a movie theater
Oh
anyways
no.
if they were open.
yeah,
So they probably just had to close down and try to lose can. Same with like restaurants and stuff. Restaurants
mhm,
and what's it called? Like just like service places,
yeah,
which is absolutely
Service
terrible
industry.
because
yeah,
service industry hurts the economy, and there's so many people that's like their only source of income. Business owners, people that work at those places, it is just gone. What are they supposed to do? You know?
yeah. With the movies, it's really weird because like a lot of movies that have supposed like were that are coming out like on the weekend that like the C word happened, like one this like Trolls World Tour, like that went immediately on digital, which is just like insane to me because I've never seen a movie come out and then like a week later it's on digital already. And
I mean,
like
that's
that's been happening with like a ton of other movies like The Hunt and like Birds of Prey and stuff. Like they're all going on digital now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best thing they can do kind of at this moment. They're how
Yeah.
can we make the best of the situation and still profit from this?
Yeah, it's just insane to me.
And I
It's
guess
weird.
I'll also add who is going to go see Trolls World Tour besides 5-year-olds and their moms?
5-year-olds and their moms.
Pretty
Bodybuilders.
much, yeah. Bodybuilders, Doom fans, people who play Doom.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Can't fit us all into a single box. You gotta know the true demographics of your movies.
Mhm. The true demographic of Trolls World Tour.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you guys want to touch up on?
Well, I'll let you guys do your closing thoughts, and then I'll do just a little outro.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess no other closing thoughts. I mean, maybe
Hmm.
quite sad to end on a sad, sad lowered note, but
But I guess if you guys want a happy note to end on, this podcast, if you like it, it's gonna happen every week. I swear. I promise.
If you guys
every week.
listening right now, send it to your friends, talk about it.
We're gonna have a swell old time.
If you have any questions specifically about us, you want us to talk about, like I said, like what Connor said earlier, the Lunchpails,
Lunchpail
Instagram.
Kids on Instagram. That's a Lunchpail_kids. You could shoot us DMs. You can do whatever. We'll talk about anything at this point. I think.
Say you got
If you and your roommate are arguing about who has to do the dishes, just send us a DM and we'll talk about it.
We'll settle it for you.
Yep.
So, I guess last plug, you can find me, Chris, on Instagram at rainwa_4.
You can find me at Connor_Curcio. That's CURCIO.
And you can find me at Ryan_Kabinski_9755.
So, thank you all for watching this. Whenever you're watching this, and have a great day. This is the Lunch Hour signing off.